Hello there everybody, I'm Mr. GamePie and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Advance 3. Last time, I said that we had done all the combinations in the game. I was wrong. Well, actually, technically I said that there was only like one combination left, and I was still wrong about that. Because today we're playing as Sonic and Amy. And this combination isn't that great, but as I'm sure you've noticed by now, we're going straight into Act 3, so that means that we've got a character to unlock, and we need Sonic to be the leader, and this is the only team that we haven't seen him be the leader of, so far anyway. Like all teams with Amy as the partner, you have to manually activate your ball mode whenever jumping. Sonic has a hammer, and yeah, that's basically the stuff. Otherwise, Sonic plays pretty normally. He does his spin dash. One special thing is that whenever Sonic goes onto a rail, he will actually use sort of a surfboard while riding it. This is purely stylistic effect, though. Now, Amy's teamwork attack helps a lot because, you know, she launches you upwards. And you'll be seeing that throughout this level quite a bit. Now, Cybertrack. Cybertrack is actually my favorite world in the game. And I've already got 2 Chow in it. I'm not even explicitly trying to go after all the Chow here, it's just, it's really easy to find Chow in this world, it seems. Yeah, first of all, one of the nice things is that the Praying Mantis enemies from Metropolis Zone in Sonic 2, they appear in this level, and they're not terrible. I know, right? The Praying Mantis enemies from Sonic 2, those are like the worst enemies ever, but now here, they make their grand reappearance as an actually good enemy. A well-designed opponent. That's nice, and we have all the Chow in this level. All 3 of them. These platforms, as I mentioned back in Ocean Base, return with a vengeance. They're a major thematic in this level. And they do some very interesting things with them, as you'll be seeing later on within this very level. Yeah, just here we see Amy's ability makes it so much easier to just travel around and explore the area. This might not be a flight team, but this is about as good as you're gonna get with Sonic around. Except for, like, you know, Sonic and Tails. Yeah, we've got this huge maze of all these platforms that follow the rails, and then, you know, I spin dash, and that was bad. But Amy comes in to save the day, helps launch me back up, launch me again, and we are back on track like nothing ever happened. Now this part is probably one of the best parts of the level, really. Well, not explicitly this part, there's another part like this later, but you've got those 2 tracks, 2 layers of platforms, and you gotta switch between them. This happens again very late in this level. And that part right there that we just saw, it was pretty short, but second time it happens, it's a pretty big deal, and I really like it. And of course, we've got Sonic Surfboard while grinding, as I mentioned. And another thing that I really like this level is gravity gimmicks. You know, gravity is nothing new in Sonic games, but it's always a gimmick that I enjoy. Lets you get a good look at the level in different ways. Lets you think about platforms in sort of a different way, you know? The ground can be the ground in one instance, but the ceiling in the next. Alright, now here's the part that I was talking about. We've got these 2 parallel platforms, and they're both just going straight on, but you have to make sure that you're on the right one, or else you could potentially fall in the endless pit down there. First time I played this game, it killed me a lot, especially this part coming up. This part you have to be pretty precise because you need to activate this platform pretty quickly, or else you're either going to miss this platform or die because of it. Now, getting that platform that quickly is a little bit more pertinent depending on what team you're playing as. Sonic and Amy, it's not too much of a big deal if you miss the platform first time around because Amy can just launch you upwards anyway. But on a team like Sonic and Knuckles, where there's no vertical abilities, then there is an issue. You have to be very quick about it. Fortunately, most teams do have vertical capabilities, and the ones that I showed last episode that I didn't like were mostly ones that didn't. Tails and Knuckles has almost no vertical capability. Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic, they have almost no vertical capability. It's just, you know, teams like that are teams that I don't really like. Then we have Jimroll, and it seems like he's channeling Shadow's abilities here with his ability to teleport, and he has a shield, as we'll see right there. And of course, he flies around shooting missiles all over the place. But it's strange because Shadow isn't in this game at all. So that's a thing. And we have a little bit of just filler before we reach the actual end of the level. Beautiful. And it's Cream! Yeah, no doubt. This area is not safe at all. And thus we have Cream. Onward to the level select! So, who's the first character that we're going to try out with Cream? It's Knuckles! The thing about Cream and Knuckles is that Cream plays pretty much just like she does in Sonic Advance 2. The only difference is that she is constantly doing her super move. In Sonic Advance 2, if Cream has the After Shadows after her, and you press the attack button, then Cheese would circle around Cream for a brief period of time. When teamed up with Knuckles, Cheese is just always circling around Cream, always in attack mode. And Cheese is an amazing ability. Cheese, whenever you press the attack button, will automatically just home in onto any nearby opponent. And that is beautiful. Cream doesn't really have the ability to break the strong walls on her own, but of course, since she's teamed up with Knuckles, she can just, you know, throw him. Because that's his ability. Now, Cream on these things is always really difficult because she's the only character that has part of her sprite on both sides of the wire. Every other character is just, they're either on one side or the other, but Cream's ears are so large that they actually appear on both sides, and that can make it difficult to judge when to press the jump button to launch you in the direction that you want. Now, Cream can fly, and Cream with Knuckles is the only character other than Tails and Amy that can actually attack while flying. Because while she's flying around, Cheese is constantly attacking around her. Whereas, you know, Tails with Amy, Tails has the hammer that he can swing while flying. Now, other than Cheese flying around Cream, there isn't a whole lot special about this combination. Knuckles himself plays exactly like he does in Sonic Advance 2, as far as I'm aware. In fact, that's a thing. Usually if somebody's teamed up with Cream, they'll play like they do in Sonic Advance 2 for the most part. The only difference that really exists is that every character gets a homing attack whenever teamed up with Cream. It's an incredibly short-ranged homing attack, but it is oh, there's Knuckles. But it is a homing attack. But yeah, one nice thing about this level is that it kind of brings back a lot of gimmicks from previous levels. You know, you've got your moving platforms, you've got the balls that bounce against each other, and then you have to ride one up. And then there's the spikes. This world in particular has a lot of spikes that come out of the ground that you just aren't expecting. And that's not good. If there's anything that I dislike about this world, it's probably that. But we're done with this level now. So, back to the level select screen again, to select a new team. Alright, who's Cream teaming up with this time? It's the only character she has a special name with. Team Jubilee, Cream and Amy. Now, Cream has kind of a special situation with Amy. Oh yeah, also, by the way, we've got the special spring over here, and the Hub World Chow. Yeah, normally, characters while in the air need to press the attack button to go into ball mode. However, Cream, while in the air, throws cheese. she can't enter ball mode in this team. And if Cheese wasn't just incredibly overpowered, I'd say that's a bad thing, but Cheese is incredibly overpowered, so honestly, it's not that big a deal. And of course, while on the ground, Cream uses her hammer, which is mostly useless. Amy herself doesn't get much of a boost. Her double jump becomes balloons that she floats with, and I don't remember much else about her abilities, honestly. We'll have to see what they are later on in the run. But I always played as this combination a lot, because it just felt right. Also, those things magnetize your feet regardless of which angle you come at them from. I keep thinking that they're like the things in Sonic 1, where if you want to magnetize your feet on them, you have to land on top of them. But no, you just hit them from any direction, and they'll magnetize your feet to them. Not that that death was too bad, because we got another Chao. That's something about this world, is that it feels like it's really easy to find all the Chao in this world. In fact, I believe that this is the world where I found all the Chao first. Yep, Cybertrack, the first world where I found all the Chao in it. And that might be why I like this world so much, to some extent. Because, I mean, it's the first world that I 100% in this game. I know, right? The 6th world is the easiest to 100%, but just look at this. I haven't been explicitly going for Chao, and I've already found all but 4. You know, I think level 2 is the main thing where I kind of missed some. Yeah, be careful. I made the mistake again that time, except that time I had the safety net of the other circle. Now, we've got arrows here. They're telling us to go one way, but I mean, we're Cream. We can go the other way. Who knows what this path may lead us to? Why, it's another Chao! Yes, another Chao for our collection. Now, something about this episode. Unfortunately, this episode, I don't know if anybody's noticed it yet or not, but this is post-commentary. Because the first time that I recorded this level, my mic was muted. Isn't that just a wonderful thing? This game doesn't have multiple save files, which is honestly one of my few complaints about the game. So I'm having to redo this in post. And I am sad. But, yeah, really, just... There's no extra save files in this game, which is kind of sad because getting 100% is a really big part of the game. So I'd kind of expect them to allow people to just do it casually all over again. Then again, I suppose the other Sonic Advance games didn't exactly have multiple save files. Okay, this part. You see, now these things have gotten really dangerous because we've got an endless pit underneath us. That is some dangerous stuff right here. One thing that I haven't mentioned is the tubes from Ocean Base Zone kind of come back in the sections where you've got the arrows that launch you in different directions. And usually I just pick right or up. Okay, so we got these arrows telling us to go right, so clearly that's the direction we need to go, but the level design is telling us to go left. So let's just go under the rail and see where going right from this direction takes us. Spikes. It takes us to spikes, but it also takes us to these things that I was talking about. And I really like the look of these things because it lets you choose two different pathways to see where you go. Also, in this case, this is the first goal that we reached from the right side, I believe. So that's interesting. Okay, so, something about this next combination. We're going to be looking at Tails and Cream. Now, this is a combination that I always felt went together because whenever Tails gets selected, he points backwards and Cream points forwards. So whenever they're selected together, they point in the same direction. It's a pretty interesting design choice, and it kind of made me always feel like they're a team that's supposed to have some sort of title, because, like, Sonic and Tails has a special title, Amy and Cream have a special title, Sonic and Amy have a special title, so why wouldn't Tails and Cream have a special title? It seemed to make sense to me, and this is one of my favorite combinations in the game, because of this. Tails has high flying tails as one of his abilities. It's a form of flight that doesn't have as much horizontal speed, but it goes really high. And it also just looks really cool. Now, as far as attacks go, things are pretty standard. Tails has his standard tail swipe, nothing special there. He does have the homing attack whenever you double jump, but you can't exactly show that off. Especially not in this boss battle. Because this boss battle isn't exactly that good. Once again, you can't attack Robotnik directly. You have to jump at these orbs that he's shooting and then launch them back at him. But the physics on these things just feels incredibly off. I really don't like them. But yeah, the timing between shots always feels really random. Oh, and also, Cream's special ability whenever you use her power is she gives your character cheese. Cheese sort of transforms to look like them. Like right now we have a Tails Chow, which is adorable, by the way. But you can also have a Sonic Chow, an Amy Chow, a Knuckles Chow. It's all good. Every character gets their own Chow. And if you use Cream's ability while in the air, she also launches you upward, which is nice. Cream can quickly break most boss battles that can be attacked directly because you just take her Chow and then just keep launching cheese at the person. Don't stand on the platforms to the far left or right for too long, because if you do, it will drop you into an endless pit. There's probably some design choice that was made because of that, like standing in the corner would break the battle somehow or something. But, yeah, just don't do that. Also, if you hit balls too many times, they'll just straight up disappear. So that's an annoying feature of the boss battle. Otherwise, don't come into this battle with an Amy team, because having to manually jump is bad in this boss battle. Like, really bad. Otherwise, he's mostly just annoying. There don't really seem to be any specific teams that have an advantage against him. Just make sure that you can jump. And yeah, that's the end of my favorite world of the game. We got a lot of Chow in this episode, which will make the big Chow grinding festivities later on a lot easier in that regard. And I got to show off some very interesting teams. And next time, you'll probably be seeing a lot more Tails and Cream, honestly. They're probably the team that I'm going to be focusing on for the rest of the game. So yeah, until then, I've Mr. GamePie. And next time, we go to Chaos Angel. Goodbye!